Warning. We are about to spoil a fucking amazing show. If you seriously haven't watched Gravity Falls, at least through season 1, go do yourself a favor and then come back here and hear our stupid opinions.
I want to continue watching it. I want to continue watching it. I want to continue watching it.
Cameron, you have to stop.
I want to continue. I want to continue, though.
Cameron,
it's so
you
good.
have early morning shift tomorrow.
I
You
know,
can't.
but that ending.
Cameron, it's not until episode 11 of next season. We have to watch Babadook, and we have other shit to do.
But I want to continue. It's so good. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cinema Roulette. We are here, and my God, I want to continue so bad, but
we can't. I would be nice, but it doesn't happen till like mid-season 2, where we learn about what happens.
It's such bad cliffhanger, but yeah, freaking okay. If you haven't gathered already from the title, we are talking about the amazingness that is fucking Gravity Falls.
And again, some people will avoid this show because Tumblr freaked out about it.
Don't. Usually if they freak out about it, that's a good thing.
There's a reason people freak out about stuff, except Star Wars. That's just random.
That was a low blow, bro.
That was a low bro.
That was a low blow, bro. Anyway,
that was low bo.
It was a low BoJack Horseman. Fuck. It's a weird start.
Oh, well, so was this. Let's get through the first 3 episodes and then talk about the last 2 because those are the important ones.
Okay, so which one did we start on again?
First episode was the Switcheroo. I forget what the actual title was.
Switcheroo. Yeah, basically, are you sure it was that one?
Yeah, it was the carpet, and then it was Boy Crazy.
Okay, I'm getting that and the sleepover one mixed up. Sorry. Okay.
No, that's the same one.
It is the same one. Okay, you're right.
10 out of 10. Just watch.
10 out of 10.
Hey, we should record after watching so that way we don't forget important details.
Why do you keep forgetting important things?
Oh.
What?
I remembered Angel Beach.
So good, though.
Brain broke. Okay.
Angel Beach. Anyway, this one is where we've seen the show that Mabel and Dipper show. If I can talk. Mabel.
Words. Come on, we can do this.
Mabel and Dipper share a room, so they're freaking. Their girlfriend. Mabel invites her girlfriends over for a sleepover and annoys the crap out of Dipper. So Dipper's just like, you know what? I'm sick of this shit. I should probably get my own room. And Grunkle Stan says no because, excuse me, that would cost time and money and shit. But then Seuss stumbles across a secret room. In this room is a weird carpet. And we see in the beginning as he shuffles his feet across it, as Dipper shuffles his feet across it, there's electricity slowing building up. It's like, oh shit, stack electricity. And so Grunkle Stan holds a competition that whoever sucks up the most to him will win the key to the room and be able to get their own room. So basically what happens is they're talking, Dipper's going around the carpet, and he touches Mabel with the electricity, and they swap bodies. And throughout the episode, they're trying to get the other person to get, like, they're doing terrible stuff in the other person's body so that they can get the room. And yes, it's a cliched setup, but the humor in this is fucking hilarious. Like, I enjoyed the shit out of the humor. This is one of the funniest episodes to me.
Yeah, it is a lot of, even though, like you said, it is cliched, it's the, we need to separate rooms, and it's going to have the normal message of they get together again anyway. Yeah. But it just has so much fun with the idea of how some people are tortured. Honestly,
it does, yeah. And we noticed this too. There's a lot of double entendres in this episode. Like, things can be taken out of context stick. So hard.
Mabel's fun stick.
Mabel's fun stick sucking up to Grunkle Dan.
Grunkle Stan.
That's why I said Grunkle Stan.
It sounded like Grunkle Dan.
Oh, hey, Dan. Now I'm just imagining Danny sex bang. Hey, what's up? I'm your uncle.
That'd be great, uncle.
Ah, you're right. Shit.
That would be a grunkle.
That would be a grunkle. Fuck. But yeah, this was a great episode, so I will let you take the next one away.
But yeah, it was a funny episode, but it doesn't have much commentary. Other than it was just good.
It was just
Moving
good.
on to the more important ones.
We have to get through two more, Justin.
Can we just skip them and go to the last two?
No, we gotta talk about.
Next episode is Boys Crazy with a Z. Because important.
Because it's cool, like Boys to Men.
We should make more jokes, but sadly no one makes jokes on Boys to Men.
Right?
But anyway, so Mabel and her girlfriends want to go see a concert of the new popular boy band that some company shelled out. Dipper and Wendy are sort of like, this is fucking lame. But Mabel is like, I'm too upbeat for your sadness. And then leaves to go see him. But sadly, it's all sold out. So they sneak in the back to go see the band.
She leaves with her friends. You didn't say.
With her friends.
Yeah. With Candy and, what was the other one?
Greta?
Something like that.
I want to say it's Greta.
It's something very similar, at least.
Go use Google, Cameron, while I keep talking. Actually, don't.
I was gonna say, you sure about that, buddy?
Damn it, Google and showing spoilers when you search stuff. Anyway, so Mabel and her friends sneak backstage, and it turns out all boy bands are just clones, massively produced to be the most profitable thing ever, which is totally not true.
Totally not true.
But anyhoozle, Mabel saves them, and then tries to keep them at her place, even after their producer, who is hunting them down, gets arrested for silly reasons.
Yeah.
And also, Rodney, who is dating Wendy, right before Wayne breaks up with him, plays a song that actually hypnotizes her, but Dipper figures it out and saves her.
He saves her, and
Wayne tries to be bounce back material, and she gets mad.
Yeah, I knew I could see that one coming. I was just like, dude, don't, god damn it.
At least it teaches kids not to be a fucking asshole.
Yeah, honestly. It's like, she just broke up. She has all these emotions. Fucking have some safe, dude.
Well, he's 12.
He's 12.
He doesn't
fair.
know.
He needs to learn the hard way.
Before we talk about the plot-heavier episodes, I do like this one a lot. Just for being such a parody of everything boy band.
They're pretty spot on with their portrayal of. They even get like a song that sounds like just like an NSYNC song.
They even got the creator's sister's favorite member of NSYNC to be one of the voices, which is really funny.
They got the bass singer for NSYNC. They got him to fucking voice one of the boy bands.
Which means there's a nice bit of tongue-in-cheek here, and honestly surprised me Disney let them get away with this with how many fucking boy bands or pop stars they produced.
Honestly, like Hannah Montana, the Jonas Brothers, and all that. It's like, yeah, you're playing that commentary on your own channel, idiots.
Happy you can take a joke, Disney, especially since you're making money. You know, you make more money if you just release the DVDs, you cunts.
Anyway, don't worry, we'll take all the hostages later.
I want no witnesses.
Mm-hmm, obviously.
And they're not really hostages. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really to say on this episode.
Honestly, not. It's just, it's good and it's funny and it's a good commentary on boy bands.
I do have to wonder how many more times Mabel is going to have to realize being an asshole sucks and don't do it.
Yeah. I was going to say, because she was kind of uncharacteristically selfish in this one.
I do find it funny. The really dark line at the end when she finally lets them free and they scamper off into the woods.
Uh-huh.
Where Candy just goes, they won't last a week.
Yeah. just
happily.
That's great.
You got anything to say on this one?
Not really. It was good. It was funny. So, and fuck, man.
Sadly, what we say about a lot of them, because
I know, because like I do feel bad saying that, but again, the ones that we've seen, vast majority of them have not been very plot heavy.
Yeah, season 1 was very much, 1, seeing if people like this, and 2, setting everything up. Like, here are the characters, here's the mystery, and here's the rules we are going by,
Yes.
which is very fucking loose.
Mm-hmm. So
There's magic, there's science. Moving on.
moving on.
There's magic and science. Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
You can take next, and
All
then
right.
we'll just explain the two-parter
And
for the finale.
Yeah, and the next one is let me think about how it starts because I know where it goes to. Trying to think here because that was one. Fuck.
It was Mabel being adorable in the gift shop with.
That's
Walls.
right. Mabel's being adorable in the gift shop, and she's having like a nice, like a little pig dance party. Once Grunkle Stan, excuse me, drives a tour bus away full of people to go sightseeing or whatnot, and then she gets pooped out and falls asleep on the floor. Grunkle Stan comes in, he's all like, what the heck are you doing? And like she's just like, oh, I'm playing with the pig. And so she sees an ad on TV, and Grunkle Stan gives like a little monologue about how like, oh, he's an animal, he belongs outside. She's like, no, you shouldn't do that, they're predators and stuff. And so she sees like this cute thing on TV, and it's like a sweater that can like hold pigs, and she's like, oh, I need that.
So it was like a baby vest.
A baby
or something.
vest, yeah. And did Justin Roiland do the commercials in this too?
Yeah, he was the commercial guy.
Justin Roiland is the voice of all the commercials in this, and he's fucking hilarious. But does it work on pigs? It totally does. And,
oh, gee, Rick.
yeah. And so she goes out to get the sweater, and she tells Grunkle Stan, don't absolutely let him outside. And of course, he destroys one of the exhibits, so Grunkle Stan puts him outside, and he gets swooped up by a pterodactyl. And that was that part
Like
of the...
you.
Yeah, like you do, because that was part of the B movie plot. It was after the intro. Dipper and Seuss were trying to they're trying to capture a picture of this. Like, oh no, it opens up with the pterodactyl tearing off the roof of the cop's car.
Oh yeah, and the night.
And Dipper and Seuss are trying to find it, and that's how it ties in. The plots tying together. So, and in it throughout it, so they Grunkle, Mabel asks, of course, where he went, and Grunkle Stan makes up like, oh, he came inside the house, and I beat him off, but he flew away with him, and they go on this adventure. And it's established Seuss is kind of a klutz, and so, but he feels bad because Seuss is so hyped for it, and he brings him along anyway. So they go.
Dipper feels bad for Seuss.
Yeah, well, I felt bad for. Well, he feels bad for Dipper feels bad, so I should say that. But
yeah,
I always do that. And
yeah, you were saying he like 3 times. It's like, okay, hold on.
Him, and this guy.
Girl character, guy character, older guy character, and oldest guy character.
Yeah. And so they go along in this hunt, and they find an old abandoned mine where there's all these like dinosaurs on the ground that are like petrified. And Grunkle Stan admits there that, oh man, I like he's like, okay, it turns into a sewer extraction. I should have let him outside a long time ago. Mabel overhears this, and tensions rise and all that. But then they find the pig in a little pterodactyl egg thing, or a pterodactyl nest. That's the word I'm looking for, nest. And so they go to the nest, they get him, and of course, pterodactyl comes back, and I think that's when he knocks Grunkle Stan and the pig off the edge. And by the way, Old Man McGuckin's in this episode. He's the best.
He's fun.
He's great.
Old Man McGuckin was apparently just waiting at the church which enters the underground area because of his music spoon, his rhythm spoons or something.
Spoon, yeah, he was putting down a hootenanny. And so, yeah, because they come into church to get the abandoned mines, and Old Man McGuckin's just there. And then fucking he gets eaten by a pterodactyl baby, and they're like, oh shit, we have to escape here. And so Stan is down below, he pushes the pig out, he's like, okay, well, one of us has to be sacrificed, but then he of course falls to the pig, and the pterodactyl's coming to swoop him, he puts him in the thing, and in an awesome fight scene, he gets on top of the pterodactyl, starts beating the shit out of it, and saves the pig from it. Meanwhile, Seuss, Mabel, and Dipper have to escape the pterodactyl, and they escape it because pterodactyls have 2 eyes in the side of their head, so they can't see straight ahead, so they go in a straight line and strafe. And scientifically accurate, by the way. So
you can't tell them they're wrong. You never saw them.
Exactly. So they go across, escape. Grunkle Stan staves the pig and all that, and everything ends up happily after. So that was the episode. So what'd you think?
It was cool. Can we move on to the cool ones now?
Yeah, the Grunkle Stan the fight between him and the pterodactyl is awesome.
There's reasons to watch this episode. Waddles is adorable like 90% of the time he's on screen.
Just doesn't give a fuck at all.
Zero fucks because he's big.
Not a care in the world. He's adorable.
10% of the reason to watch this episode is because Grunkle Stan punches a pterodactyl in the face.
Yeah.
Both in Dream and in canon.
It's fucking awesome. And so, now, we're on to the plot-heavy shit.
Oh, also, Old Man McGuckin ate his way out of a baby dinosaur.
Yeah, they don't show it, but he says, I ate my way out of it. I'm like, wow, that's fucking brutal.
Also, they showed a scene of Suze completely killing a fairy. Like, splatters her against a window.
I know it's just a fairy, like a little cartoon character. That fairy's dead.
Oh, yeah, that was its blood just splattered on the window. Yeah. And he says, I killed it.
It's okay, the blood's pink. It's fine.
Yeah. That's not bad. I want to know that fairy story.
I know. But anyway, you take off the first part.
Oh, we can just tie them together, technically. But we won't. Oh. We kind of... Or I'll, like, give you the chain to pull into part 2.
Mm-hmm.
So... At the beginning of the episode, Gideon is trying to steal the deed from Stan Pine's safe so he can get the Mystery Shack. Stan catches him and is like, fuck you, get out. Which he does so. But then Gideon is like, well, I will move on to my next plan. I don't know why I'm doing that voice instead of like trying to do a high-pitched...
I was saying, here's a small old lady type or something.
I know, but I was going for more of a mad scientist sort of thing.
Haha, we will do this! Something like that, I don't know.
He opens his second journal number 2, when Dipper has 3 for those forgetting. Somehow, I don't know. He opens it up and is like, I will summon this thing, and then I will go into Stan's mind and take the code. Because Stan never wrote it down, apparently. He apparently has a good enough memory to remember shit like that.
Yeah.
Go him.
Go Stan.
And then a wonderful character appears. After Gideon says backwards message backwards 3 times,
yep.
we finally see Bill Cipher.
Yeah, and in the intro, you've been, like, we've talked about, like, oh, he's the main villain and stuff, like, I knew that, but you've been seeing him in the intros and little, like, eyes and triangles popping up everywhere, so it's been really building up to him. And when he finally appears, oh, gosh, it's so worth it.
Do you think his voice matches? There's just my quick question.
I think it's fine, yeah.
I mean, I like his voice. I didn't know if you would build it up to be, like, more demonic.
That's also very true. They could have, but yeah, no, he turns out to be more of this, like, he's a lot of fun.
I'm hearing an echo of myself.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Hold on. That better?
On. No, I still hear
it. Technical difficulties. Okay, cool. Let's continue.
Where the hell were we? Oh, Bill. Did something? Okay.
That was weird. I don't know.
But he summons Bill and makes a deal that ends in big blue flames in their handshake, which means trustworthy in most cultures. And Bill is apparently a dream demon, like Freddy Krueger. Not like Freddy Krueger.
Not at all, actually. Why'd you make that comparison?
All he does is go in dreams. That's about all I can compare to Freddy Krueger. But he goes in Stan's head looking... Shut up. Took me a second to see what you were saying. I'm not going to think about that statement and just move on. But Bill goes in Stan's mind. Luckily, Mabel and Seuss saw Gideon do all this and make the deal. Mm-hmm. So then they're like, Dipper! It's fucking demon going fucking Stan's mind. It's like, I don't care. Stan's a dick. Because Dipper was getting tired of Stan's shit and making him do all the crappy jobs around the place.
Mm-hmm.
But Mabel's like, but we gotta. and Dipper goes, fine. And luckily opens his journal to the page that says, Bill Cipher's fine. This is how you beat him. And it's like, thanks. So they find in the book a way to go inside Stan's mind as well. And inside, it's the Mystery Shack, except with endless hallways, at least the memory section that they go into. and each memory is a door that shows a different clip, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going around trying to find the password. Dipper sees memories of himself. He goes in there and Stan's like, that kid's a loser. And Dipper slams the door and is like, man, he hates me. All of a sudden, Bill cut back to Mabel and Zeus. They find the door. And Mabel's like, we did. We found it before Bill. And then it turns out Zeus was Bill, at least the one that was with Mabel at that moment.
Yeah, because Zeus comes in and is like, oh, dude, I found this door of this or something.
Yeah. And then Bill steals the door away and is running off. All of a sudden, Dipper comes in. Mabel's like, we need to go help. And Dipper's like, no, Stan's a dick. So she's like, fine, me and Zeus will do it. Goes after Bill. But Dipper suddenly realizes Stan was just trying to make him tough. Yeah. And is like, oh, wait, people are getting screwed. I need to go help.
Mm.
Luckily, before Bill could read the code to Gideon. Before he could read the code to Gideon, did Maple use her grappling hook or like a Nerf gun?
I forget. So
no, she like threw something.
Yeah, she threw something to knock it out of his hand.
She hits the memory out of Bill's hand and falls into a memory of the bottomless pit.
Yeah! Oh my god, the foreshadowing was brilliant in this.
I don't know. I don't remember if that was foreshadowed in the episode, though.
Because he said that in the episode. Because in the bottom of the he's like, whoa, whatever that is, it's gone now.
Yeah, but I thought that was after Maple threw in the box of her secrets.
Well, I thought it was too, but that must have come in after the box of secrets was down there. So.
No, I think the way I'll make sense of it, unless we can go back and watch the clips side by side.
I'm curious because I want to. I'm pretty sure that's what their intention was.
Well, also it could work because it won't mess with the memory at all, since it would still be the same thing said.
Yeah.
Which is the way I took it as, but
I don't know.
As I said, after and then Gideon basically after Bill loses the code, Gideon's like, "You fucked up. I'll do it myself." And Bill gets fucking pissed and turns into a giant red pyramid instead of a gold one.
And how he does it is it just looks so cool. Like there's flames around them, and then it like fucking rises up, and there's blue light. I'm just like, that looks fucking rad.
That's the most minimal transformation for Bill. I'll tell you that now.
Is it? Oh, sick!
That's the most minimal he gets when he goes, like, I guess scary mode would be one way to put it.
Yes.
But he makes Seuss and Mabel see their worst nightmares, but then Dipper comes in because Dreamstan told him that he can do anything, because it's a dream.
Yeah.
And then they fight off Bill with dream powers, because they're... Go ahead and say
the Dream Warriors.
Don't wanna dream no more.
Glad now?
Yes, very.
Hate you.
Love you too.
But they beat him, and Bill is like, wow, you know what? You're all smart. You might be useful. Also, Seuss is really smart, apparently. I'll come back later. Bye! And then they come out on Stan's head. And they're like, we did, we won! Explosion happens! And it turns out Gideon just blew open the safe with dynamite and now has the deed. So he owns the place.
And I was like, that's a fair point. He's like, well, I gave up Seaguy and just use dynamite. I'm like, okay, I'll give you that. That was...
Plan B was boom. Simple.
And direct. Okay.
And that was the end of part 1. And then we go to camera 2.
Yeah, because the end of part 1 is he takes the deed to the house. So,
and then it says to be continued, because fuck you.
And should we say that afterwards? But because I know like fans had to wait a long time between this and the next one.
Yeah, how long did I say? It was like... shit. I put it away.
It's alright.
So I need to reopen. You can continue. I'll tell you after.
But yeah, the episode, I'm trying to remember how it starts. I think it starts with him announcing his plans, right?
No, Dipper waking up saying it was a horrible
That's
dream.
right. Yeah, Dipper like wakes up in bed and he's like, "Oh, dude, I just had this horrible dream where the mystery shack was taken and freaking we had to stay at Seuss's grandma's house." And I was like, "He's not at the shack. It's obvious." And then it zooms out. Seuss is like, "Oh, dude, we're at my grandmother's house. Yay!" And it's like, "No shit." And then fucking the episode begins. So
Sorry, imagine Dipper just going, "No shit!" is oddly humorous to me.
whoa, Dipper, calm down. This is a kid's show.
Fuck you!
Yeah. Just cut.
I already versed one Dream Demon. I don't need two.
Right? And then freaking
Yeah, July 12th, and then waited till August 2nd when it was finally released.
I'm sorry, guys.
Like, sorry to the people who watched this show
Actually.
as it came out. Anyway,
But freaking no, so Gideon's there, he's announcing his plan. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to turn this into Gideon Land." And it turns out that his mascot is Waddles. And so they sneak in, they're like, "Oh, we got to take the shack back or whatever." And Mabel's like, "Oh no, fucking Waddles, you piece of shit." And Grook's like, "All right, that's it. Hey, everyone."
no more swearing in this show.
Sorry. It's like, "Grunkle Stan, Seuss already ruined it for us. I don't give a fuck."
What Grunkle said? Shut the fuck up.
Just like takes out a gun, just fucking shoots Gideon, just like, "Ah!" Anyway,
Yeah, but the cops won't arrest Gideon because they trust him more and also are dumbasses.
are dumbasses and totally gay, which is hilarious.
Those are not in. Those last two statements are not in correlation, by the way.
No. Wait, what?
Well, because
Oh,
we just they're dumbasses, and then you said they're gay. It's like
no, I said and there. Okay, well,
I know, but people can mistake that.
yeah,
Just,
okay, we're yeah. Oops. don't.
It's honestly really funny that they are
It
like
is.
how over the
Yeah.
top they go with
We
the
weren't saying that like, oh, gay people are stupid. No. So that was meant to be two separate. I'm sorry, but yeah, no. In the show, like they're obviously gay for each other, and it's great and it's hilarious, and I love it. So
they're a cute couple.
they're a cute, they're an
they have a
adorable couple. Right.
Anyway, let's get back to the episode.
But so they unarrest Grunkle Stan, and he gets him off his property and stuff. But Grunkle Stan, is it at this point that like he basically gives up and like gets the bus passes and stuff?
Yeah, he runs out of ideas because the cops won't do anything.
Yeah, runs out of ideas because the cops won't do anything, and he gets 2 bus passes, and they're like, "Okay, we have to take this back because Grunkle Stan won't." And so basically, what happens is they're like, "How should we do this?" And looking through the book, excuse me. It turns out that it's like, oh, wait a minute, we can use those gnomes from the first episode. And so they go back to the gnomes, and that gnome is in a shower where he's being jacked off by squirrels, clearly. That's weird.
Not an understatement.
Yeah, it's weird.
For kids.
For kids. But yeah, so they convince them. The way they convince them is like, oh no, you left me at the altar, and now you're trying to ask for my help. And they convince him that Gideon's an old lady, and she'll get me a new bride. So they agree, of course, crash into Gideon's place, and they're about to defeat Gideon. But then because early in the episode he had a whistle which he used to
a dog whistle
which he used to subdue Waddles, and so he used it. The gnome, it works on gnomes as well, turns out. So he orders them to get him off his property, but then as they're about to go, he drops the book. He's like, "Oh my gosh, you have the last book! Hooray!" And
Dipper drops his book, and
Dipper drops his
which
book,
is why Gideon wanted the Mystery Shack in the first place.
Yeah.
Well, he wanted the first book because he had book 2, and then finds book 3.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, they get off, and Dipper's all depressed. He's like, "Man, I'm nothing without the book." And Mabel's like, "Oh, I'm sure we can think of something." And then I think after that, it just cuts to them going on the bus and leaving and waving goodbye to Grunkle Stan. It's really depressing. And so Gideon's like, "Yes, I finally have the 2 books, haha!" And but as it turns out, he only thought there were 2, and he thought that was number 1. So it turns out he's like, wait a minute, there's 2 and 3, but there's no 1. And so he's like, they must have hidden it from me or something. So he gets in a giant Pacific Rim style robot of himself.
That old man McGuckin made.
That old man McGuckin made because he's a
He can make giant robots.
because he's a tinkering with stuff, and he's awesome.
No, this was established in Loch Ness Monster episode.
I know
He can
it
make
was.
robots.
It was great. So he makes
Continuity.
Yeah, because he made the fucking robot of the giant monster. So, but freaking I wonder now if when it's revealed he could build stuff. I wonder if there were any foreshadowing there. I'll have to go back and check it out. But yeah, so what happens is Gideon gets in there and chases down the bus, and it turns out that Seuss, because it's established he's been taking part-time jobs everywhere, Seuss is driving the bus, and so they get into a chase with the giant robot, and they're about to stop off, and they're about to fall off a cliff. Then the giant robot catches up to it, tears off the roof, and I guess
they escape down to a
yeah
bridge between the gaps of the mountain.
There's a bridge between the gaps and both sides are blocked off, saying like, "Oh, do not enter" or whatever.
No, dead end.
Or dead end and whatever. And then robot comes down, picks them up. They're like,
"Wouldn't you want to write those inside the tunnel though, instead of outside?"
I guess.
Like you wouldn't be able to leave the tunnel
Yeah.
to go see the other side.
Not the smartest construction workers in the world.
Lazy.
Actually. But yeah, beside the point, they robot Gideon catches up to him. He's like, "Give me the last book or whatever," and they're like, "No," and we don't have it. What are you talking about? And so he throws Dipper on top of a mountain out of frustration and tries to get away with Mabel. And Dipper's like, "Ah, shit."
Because he has a giant robot versing children, so he kind of wins.
Mm-hmm. So Dipper's all like, "Man, what am I going to do? I'm nothing without the book, blah, blah, blah." And then he finally decides to stop being a bitch, jumps off the mountain, goes through the fucking robot's eyes, and has this awesome fight with Gideon. It's really cool. Like he's punching him, the robot's going around and shit. And eventually he does defeat him. And the robot falls off with all of them and has this really cool explosion.
It's like blue nuclear explosion.
Yeah, it looks rad. And so they're outside. They're like, "Oh, we did it. You defeated him." And because throughout the episode, because like they're falling and shit and that explodes, and throughout the episode Dipper is saying that Mabel's grappling hook is useless, but then like it explodes and then the dust goes away and then Mabel's coming down with the grappling hook. She's like, "Grappling hook!" I'm just like, yeah.
Even though Gideon survives the fall anyway, so
he survives the fall anyway, so yeah. And so the cops, actually not just the cops, the whole town shows up. They're like, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" And Gideon's like, "Oh yeah, these two twins, they tried to attack me and stuff, and they're about to be arrested," when Grunkle Stan comes in and says, "Wait a minute, you think he's so great, he's been lying to you." And then they're like, "What? How could he ever lie to us?" And he's like, "Yeah, well, how's this for just being psychic or something?" He kicks it open, and it turns out that all the badges they've been wearing that he like puts on people, they're cameras, and that's how he finds out the secrets, and he's not actually psychic. So he gets arrested, cops drive away with him, they're like, "Yay, everything's awesome." So they get home, they get the mystery shack, the deed and everything. Their site is Local Heroes. And then they're talking and they're like, "So yeah, Grunkle Stan, I have to admit something to you. We've been using this book." And Grunkle Stan's like, "Oh yeah, I used to stop reading this fantasy. It's all bullcrap or whatever." And as it turns out, Grunkle Stan, of course, at the end, like he takes the book and at the end, it turns out that he has all three books because he had the first one, which I gathered, and he had the first one
in the second, hidden behind the vending machine in the secret basement,
which we saw at the end of the first episode. So he goes down.
Well, we just saw the door. We didn't know what was behind it.
Yeah, so he goes downstairs. There's this like secret lab. He has all three books and everything. He puts them on a thing, and it lights up. And then there's these portals that open. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, it finally happened. It works." And then the fucking episode ends, and that's the end of the season.
And I feel really bad because I want to. I would want Cameron to know what the twist is, but it doesn't happen until mid-second season, so we can't do it tonight. Recording.
Damn it!
And a little behind the scenes before we go into these last two parts, because there's a good chunk of shit to talk about. We are going to be taking a break from the main stuff because we have such a backlog. We're just releasing it and focusing on a secret project coming up.
And I mean, obviously, at the time it's going to release, we're going to be all past that. But yeah, we're going to.
Yeah, if this is released, we're back to a good gap between episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we'll probably be 2 weeks ahead, I think we're going to try for.
Yeah, we're going to shoot for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so that way, in case we miss 1 week, we have something to fall back.
Yeah.
Hopefully won't be as long of a wait as Grand Budapest, which
it's been a long wait. It's been 3 weeks to a month almost.
Which Hopefully, it's out tomorrow.
Uh,
Anywho,
anyway, going on.
but yeah, that's what's going on this end. So Cameron's gonna have to wait a while to fucking watch it.
Bastard.
It's not my fault.
I know
we
it's
got
not your
backlogged.
fault. Well, no, I know it's not your fault that we got backlogged, but still, we have to wait so fucking long.
Yeah, and the fans had to wait. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh God, I feel so bad.
Had
for
to
the
wait
fans.
a literal year.
They had to wait a literal year.
Hold on, I'm going to double check that.
Mm-hmm.
Episode guide. Hold on. Yeah, a literal year.
I am so sorry to the fans who originally watched this.
Well, they had to wait a literal year to start season 2.
To even start it.
To get to the episode,
Oh,
that was over a year because remember the series ended August 2nd. Well, first season ended August 2nd, 2013. The episode where this gets answered was released March 9th, 2015.
God.
It just, remember, Stan is not what he seems.
Just remember that. Keep that in mind. I can't even imagine waiting after that cliffhanger. Ugh.
Oh my god. And going into the first episode, and it's not a fucking starting right after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, be bitter. Be very, very bitter.
I'm going to. Don't worry.
Anyway, let's talk about this 2-part, because it was honestly fucking great.
So good. Yeah, dude. Like, obviously a lot of questions were raised, but yeah, a lot of stuff was answered and like plot lines came together and shit. I don't even know where to begin, honestly.
Let's start with Bill and his fucked up images.
Yeah, fucking Bill Cipher, man. Like I know like the season's like, and this whole season you've been building up to him, but my god, he's a lot of fun and very
Anytime he shows up, he's great.
It's amazing.
He could steal any goddamn scene he's in.
Oh yeah, like he is the highlight here.
Actually, even then, the other characters are so well written, it's fun to see them all interact rather than someone stealing it.
It is, and that's just the thing. Like, even when there is this dude who is amazing and steals the show, it's still equally as fun to watch the characters, how they interact, and how everything goes down. It's great.
I'll tell you right now, I think he's either a god or a deity.
Yeah, like some type of evil deity, so.
Like, he literally has godlike powers. I know we saw that when he slows down time and pulls out all of a deer's teeth with his mind.
It's a sequence that looks so cool too.
Remember, 7 years old and up are allowed to watch this show.
Yeah. And Justin has told me that at the end of season 2, I'll especially be like, "This was written for kids."
Oh, it's not even written. It's the visuals are just
Oh, hell yeah.
actually rather horrifying.
Really? Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. Anyone who's seen it knows what I'm talking about.
Sweet.
So that's going to be fun when we finally get to it. Honestly, like, we haven't talked about it much. The animation in the show is really nice.
It's really not, like, it's not like, oh my god, this is fucking amazing, but it's really nice animation.
Yeah, throughout this season, it's really nice animation, and I'm a bit weird when it comes to animation now.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of kid shows have been doing this. The only way I can put it is kind of Flash style. Like, it's very simplistic.
Yeah, like, they have been. So I do.
Like, the most complex has been a couple episodes of Adventure Time, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, even Adventure Time, I'd still say is pretty much on, it's on pretty much on par with this. It's a gorgeous series.
Yeah, I'm not saying it looks bad. Okay, except maybe OKKO. I heard the show's good, but something about the art style bothers me a lot.
Which one? OKKO?
Yeah, it's a newer show.
Huh.
On Cartoon Network, and it's just, I don't know, something about the animation style bothers me. It might be a good show, and I'll give it a chance when I get around to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like Gravity Falls gets just above and gets its own art style, especially when we get to season 2. They clearly get more of a budget.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the
Sweet.
detail and stuff that goes into the backgrounds, like all the colors, all the things moving at once. It's fucking fantastic.
Ooh, I'm excited because yeah, and especially towards the end of the season, the animation just got really fucking gorgeous and cool at times. Like again, Bill Cipher's transformation and the robot fight. It's just really
Yeah,
well
the
done.
robot fight was really good too because it mixes 2D and 3D animation
Yeah.
without it being like this bothersome.
Yeah, it
thing.
looks like you can still tell like that had to have been CG, but it mixes it pretty naturally. So
Yeah, like, if you look close enough, you're like, okay, the robot is CG, the rest is 2D.
mhm.
It's not like a. I'm not sure if you remember, but with the Trigun movie Badlands,
Uh-huh.
when it first opens on the steamer train, and you can clearly tell the steamer train was 3D and everyone else was like 2D.
In Badlands Rumble.
Yeah, in Badlands Rumble.
Yeah. Which is interesting because the light bulb in that was really well done, but that looked sore, yeah.
Wait, what?
In Trigun Badlands Rumble, you said the thing that they mix where it rolls around, that was CG, and it was mixed really well.
Yeah, there were. I mean, there was good moments in that movie. I'm just talking about the opening train or the sand steamer.
Oh, yeah, where you could tell.
That one was like bland. Here is 3D. Or I'm not even sure if you got to like episode 5 of Attack on Titan, but Titans are finally attacking the city, and it just cuts to this random bell that was clearly CG.
Oof. Ow.
It can, all I'm saying is like it can look terrible, but here it was flowed so naturally.
Yeah.
The artist put enough detail in the background so it still looked 3D.
Yeah, the animators did a really good job of mixing the animation styles. So, because that takes a lot of effort to actually mix it and make it look good. So,
That takes talent to do that, so I'm very happy they did. I'm trying to think of where else there is, because there's the mystery of Stan, and before we end, I'm going to ask you what you think is going on. But I want to try to stay focused.
Yeah.
Keyword being try.
What?
Keyword being try.
What do I think is actually going on with Stan?
Yeah, like what are your theories forming right now?
Well, forming right now is I don't know, because what I thought at some point was because they said like, oh, someone who had a lot of like knowledge and found out a bunch of shit about Gravity Falls and wrote these books and then hid them. I originally thought that he had written the book. He was the one who had written the books and scattered them about. But actually, he might, because obviously he's been searching for these books, and he's like, wow, I finally got all 3 of them together. So I don't know. Like I know he's been searching for a while, and he opens like the weird portal thing, and I know that in the I don't know if I should say this, but in again, I already gave it major spoilers, but there's one of the backwards message says that there's like a portal to like open other worlds or something like that. So
that was in the book. Where that message is, to be fair, is in the book. That shows how to make the portal Stan was standing in front of.
Yeah, so
that's what that portal does, apparently.
Yeah, it makes portals out of world. So I don't know what Stan's objective is. Like, and Bill Cipher says something along the lines of like, everything you know and love will be different. He doesn't say it'll be gone, like it'll be like changed or something. So I'm wondering if Grunkle Stan's gonna change something, fuck everything up, and shit's gonna go down. So I don't know what Stan's objective is, but he's clearly been looking for these books, and he found them and opened some sort of portal to do something.
Now, question.
Yeah.
Whatever those intentions are,
is
Stan good or evil?
Fuck, dude. I don't know. Because the episode is, they've kept saying Grunkle Stan is not what he seems. So, obviously Bill Cipher is evil. But I don't know, we don't know if he's working with him or something, or some shit's going down. I don't know, dude. That is a really good question.
Well, you can tell Stan is a bit against Bill, because when Gideon brings up Stan, Bill
Yeah.
like looks away for a moment, gets kind of angry.
Yeah, because well, that's the thing. I think he's trying to fight Bill, but I don't know what his reasons are. Because like because obviously like he did some shit went down between him and Bill Cipher. So I don't know.
Sorry, I'm sitting right now.
You're sitting.
You can probably hear the smugness in my voice.
Ah!
So,
Bastard.
I'm very tempted to just go sit through season 2 right now. I would be so tempted, but you have work in the morning.
I do have work. If I didn't have work in the morning, I would. But no, we can't.
But,
We can't.
do you have off next?
What? I'm off
Would you-
Monday, bitch.
Oh, I don't have school on Monday at all.
Woo!
Hello, welcome to a marathon. Yeah, you might not be getting Babadook for a while, guys.
It's so fucking good.
I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I had no doubt that you would at least have fun when we got to here.
Uh-huh.
It's just the other stuff I can understand other people not liking sort of one-off episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can understand that, like, because, like we said, they are cliche plots and humor is subjective, so if someone found it unfunny and boring,
That would be understandable.
I understand.
Yeah. But
I'd still think they were very wrong, but
yeah.
I understand how that could form.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I've been enjoying the shit out of this, so it's so good. But yeah, I think that's about all we have to say on it. So
I am happy that Dipper's voice has, like, when we first started again for me, I was like, man,
yeah.
Dipper's voice does not fit his body at all, but now that we've made it through like 20 episodes, it's like, oh yeah, that's Dipper.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a little jarring at first, but then it got better. So
Yeah, you got used to it. I think all the characters are well established enough for us to know their personalities, and I will say this now, we will be in far more detail for season 2 because a lot more character stuff happens.
yeah, you said more character stuff and more plot stuff. It becomes
More plot, especially when we hit episode 11. I think after that, like, each episode is right off the back of the last.
That is going to be so fucking hard to watch.
Oh, it is.
Dude, because we're gonna have to wait till the other session for fucking Weird Mageddon, the 3 parts of Weird Mageddon. So
Okay, I am being nice to you because we said we were doing 6 episodes.
yeah, 6 episodes start out, so we can at least get to what's going
Episodes
on.
11 and 12 are a 2-parter.
Ah, okay.
So I'm being kind.
Thank you.
Because I even thought about that too. I was like, oh, okay, that would get us there faster. But
Yeah. Huh.
okay. So there's that. I'm happy to sit through this again. Again, I wish they would release the fucking DVDs. At least.
Honestly, like I would be perfectly satisfied with DVDs. Honestly, at least we
Like,
would have
you can
the
buy it
show.
on iTunes. I want
I
to
want-
be able to
yeah.
hold it, and I don't want it on a service that could be shut down, and then I lose it forever.
Exactly, and we could probably go on a whole tangent here about physical copy, but we're not going to.
Excuse me, it's pronounced physical.
Physical copy.
I have a problem.
No, you don't.
I do. Multiple.
But then again, I could say that too because I have the same problem about physical copy.
Physical. Hey, how's that Mel Steel cover of Raid for you?
But anyway, yeah, that was Gravity Falls. What part is this?
Season
Part
1.
4? So yeah, that was whole season 1. So hooray! Go fucking watch it. It's good. It's amazing. You'll love it. So
Yeah.
all right, guys. Well, we will see you next time for either
For not the Babadook.
for not Babadook.
Not that we made anything against the film. It's just Gravity Falls is fucking great.
It's just so fucking good. So yeah, we will see you later, guys. Thanks again for watching. Hope you liked, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Later.